Anyways, his wife died, Soleya. My Zayd's wife died. His Chashgha,
his Sנייder.
No.
Feimelson.
His Chashgha, his Nitmurim. One of his daughters died, Freda, my mother's twin. And another son died. Bekitza, he was in problems, deep problems. And then he did a gewaltige chesed for his children. He married Yehudis, who was a very simple person. And he had no business marrying her. And his father, Shmuel Avigdor, was very angry at him for marrying this woman because they just had nothing in common. But he did it for chesed for his children, that they had suffered enough, right? Two siblings had died. Let them have a mother. A mother had died. Let them have a make-believe mother. Now, what happened was, eventually, my father came to America for the Panovich Yeshiva, and he went to meet my Zaydi, Rabbi Van Yitzchak Feivelson. Why? Because his wife, Yehudis, her father was Shimon, and my father's mother was Chana Rachel, and her father was Uriah, and Shimon and Uriah were brothers. He went to see Yehudis because Yehudis was his cousin.
Oh.
Meanwhile, he met my mother, and they fell in love. Now, my father already had a girl in Lita. The girl came to New York.
It wasn't arranged by Shidduchi, and they fell in love in those days.
Listen, interpret it as you will. This was America. This was different. This was a different world. They were very modern, much more modern. The people today, the frum Jews today in America, are like coming from the Stone Age compared to them, to the people who were living in 1930. They're very modern. So they had nothing to make them frum. Today you have Yaakov, you have all these schools. They didn't have any of that.
They say, I heard a rumor, I went to visit our rabbis when he first came from Los Angeles to Jerusalem. And I was a yingle at the time, and I saw she's not covering her hair. And he says, that's the way we did it in Lita. Could it be such a thing?
Yeah.
Just sniffed her a few months ago, the very Kohen.
I think Baruch Bear's wife didn't cover her hair. This is the biggest Rosh Hashiva in Lita. Anyways, so his Bachara from Lita came to New York to schlep him back to Lita. If he would have been schlepped back to Lita, that would have been the end of him. The kid said there's a whole bunch of miracles over here. If you juxtapose the two stories, you see that if my father wouldn't have been schlepped by his mother on the top of the rakevet to the Chafetz-Chaim's yeshiva, nothing would have come of him. If my Zaydi wouldn't have lost his wife, there wouldn't have been any shidduch. It was because he lost his wife and married Yehudis that the whole thing happened. The kids, it was a whole line of just the pieces fell into place, and my father married my mother. Now, what good came out of it, I can't say. Why did Hashem go to the trouble of making such a complicated story? Mi yodea. But you see that it wasn't, it wasn't a regular, not my father's life and not my Zaydi's life, were regular standard lives. They were lives of upheaval. My father, when he went to America, he said to his sister Genendel, I'll see you in a month. And she said, we'll never see each other again. My father lost his sister, his mother, his father.
What happened by the Nazis?
Yeah. They were killed. They were killed in the Nixt. We know the date. All you have to do is look at Rav Ashri's book, The Destruction of Lithuanian Jewry. You look on the Nixt. Sorry to say that.
Rav Ashri that used to come to Rav Chaim Zimmerman.
Oh, this is Rav Ashri, who married Belzer Rebbetzin. He was a Rav. He was the only Rav who survived the Holocaust in Kovna. And his son put out Sforim on Hasidic stories, Yisrael Chaim Ashri. He's a character.
There's Rav Oshri by Rav Chaim Zimmerman. He lived in Rehovia, Sofia Mav. Makir?
He was a big man. You're talking about some.
Rav Chaim Zimmerman gave him kavod.
Okay. But I don't think, unless I'm making a big mistake. It's also possible. I don't think that he came to Eretz Israel, this Rav Oshri, but I need to add. Anyways.
It's not a common name, Oshri.
Yeah, okay. You have to check it out. I don't know. Any idea would be a big surprise for me. But
if we continue, bring pictures.
What?
If we continue this, bring pictures.
What pictures? When pictures?
You don't have pictures at home?
What?
You don't have pictures? I'm sure all our listeners want to see pictures of these people.
Of who?
Of the Zaydis, of your father.
Maybe a little bit, but...
your mother, I saw, Zocher Ota.
Maybe, we'll see. It's pretty, the whole Shneider Yerusha is like in upheaval for the last 20 years. So, anyways, that's the story. That's the story of how my father came to America. He came to America, it seems, because the Ponevezh sent him, and he was saved by the Zaydi. I wanted to speak about the numerology. 1492 is Columbus. 1942 is the Holocaust. Right? It's the same numbers, right?
Right. Yeah.
And my Zaydi came in 1924, which is also the same numbers. In other words, it was like he had to get here in 1924, or it would have been the end. But what time he got here? Not here, America. Anyways, so my father was even a more extreme case. My Zaydi came here 18 years, 1924, 18 years before the Holocaust, before 1942. My father came just like maybe 4 years before, and he was supposed to go back, and he was like saved. He was saved by true love from going back, and the rest is history.